Hello everyone, I'm teacher Nicole. Today I'm going to share about some common mistakes happen on the grade 5 Abrsm theory exam. I'm going to give some tips on how to avoid this common mistake. The number one common mistake that children always make during the grade 5 Abrsm theory exam is they always miss out the first questions. Look at this. This is always a first question that children always miss out and actually costs 3 marks or 4 marks, sometimes even 6 marks. So please be careful not to miss these first questions. Here is another example on paper 2016 that I'm going to show you that children also miss out these questions here, which is actually called 3 marks. It's always ask you to put about the bar line or the time signature. When it comes to the questions like number 2, rewrite the first note of bar 2, mark arrow, so it sounds the same pitch but using the elder clef. Remember to put in the clef and the key signature. The common mistake here, children always forget to put in the key signature. So I would suggest you to tick after you do like that to avoid the common mistake. Remember the key signature. Another common mistake is they read this note as a treble clef note. This is the first common mistake in the interval. The second common mistake is that when they count, they didn't count the original notes. So for example, this is letter G. That should count from the G to the D, but they will count from the A to the D. So one clue to remember is remember to count yourself. Remember to count the original note to the note. Then ask yourself, is the higher note in the major key of the lower note? Must be in the major key. Cannot be the minor key. Always remember must be in the major key. When you come to describe, put the note by yourself and it must be the harmonic interval. Children always tend to forget the harmonic interval or the melodic interval. So this is another clue to help you to write it correctly. When it comes to the questions, write as a brief and enharmonic equivalent of the first cello note on this extra. Children always tend to write one octave higher of the enharmonic equivalent of this note or one octave lower. So tips to remember is you only can move beside. For example, your original note is a space 3. Your maximum is better is going to the line 2 or line 4. You cannot be so far. And then remember to put in the brief. The brief is like a prison like that. Then your shop should be outside the prison. This is a common exam questions that trying to trick you children. They always put the instruments here and the family here. And the next one, they put the family and the instruments here. These are the common mistakes that children always tend to put instruments, family, instrument, family. When you come to scale writing, especially for the chromatic scale, here is some common mistakes that children actually make. Number 1 is the sharp sign and followed by a natural sign. You need to add in the natural sign. Otherwise, this note will be read as the F sharp as well. So it is actually going down, and from the F sharp to the F natural, from the F natural to the E natural, then go to the D sharp. D sharp supposed to go to D natural, but if you never write anything, this note actually will read as the D sharp as well. So remember to write the D natural. Natural sign have to add it, and followed by the C sharp. C sharp, then this is another C natural have to be added, and C natural go to the B sharp. Here is another common mistake that children will make. Please be careful because C and the B sharp actually are the same note, so you either write either one will do. Okay. So another way to help you to avoid this mistake is you have to draw the keyboard out. You need to draw the lollipop keyboard and check while you do. Then you go to the B, A sharp, And then A natural, you need to add in the natural sign as well. And then go to the G and you end up with G flat. This is another common mistake. Because you started with a F sharp, you need to end up with F sharp. It cannot be ended with a G flat. So please be careful. And another method for you to check is after you write out everything, including the keyboard, you need to double check. You need to tick, do I have a semi-brief? Did I write one octave? Descending, chromatic scale, can I play on the piano? On a given note, and end up with a correct note. When they ask you about the lowest note or the highest note in the melody, usually some question like this, the question always trick you by changing the bass clef in the middle. This is some example, or they put the treble clef or bass clef with a tie on top of it, so children cannot see this is actually natural already. Yeah, sometimes that you need to remember to read the notes from the beginning until here, all the way until the notes, and remember are there any bass clef or treble clef change of clef, and also need to check whether like in front have any accidentals that bring it over. So these are the some common mistakes